happens unless there's permission, there's, and okay, there's so.
And is BigU big enough to do that?
He has the name, he has the means, so makes sense. He's not the only person with money, though. He's not the only person who has, the reputation. But at the end of the day,
why would somebody of that ilk do something like that?
They don't like when they're not in charge anymore, or when the younger people aren't following them anymore and they're following you now, or even Nipsey now. They don't like that. So it's like.
And you could die for that?
Yeah, you can absolutely die for that. If the right person is jealous enough.
Y'all know why the Rolling 60s killed Nipsey Hussle, man? This what happened with the Rolling 60s, right? And I was with them. This what them told me, cuz. And this what made me say from Rolling 60s. And this what made me say neighborhood 60 Nip. Them told me, cuz, cuz Nip ain't bigger than the set. Them told me that, homie. Them got mad. Them got mad, homie, when Black Sam them closed down the Marathon store. Really got mad when Nipsey's Hussle family. Now only the neighborhood Rolling 60s in the hood know this. When Nipsey Hussle family, after he died, when Irma's mother and Irma's brother went back to South Central to try to get the baby that was in the hood, they went to call the Nip family. Man, that's some Black Sam them do. They trying to take the baby. They wanted to exploit Nip family. That's why Nipsey Hussle's family, Black Sam, them, that's why they closed everything down. They wanted to exploit them people. So when the city of LA, when LA County, they wanted to change Slauson Street into Nipsey Hussle Street. The Rolling 60s, all the Rolling 60s got mad and said, nah, because you got the Slauson boys, right? How you gonna change Slauson Street? That's what made the set, cuz. Nah, we ain't changing. So they was really jealous of Nipsey Hussle, homie. All the big homies in the set was jealous of Nip because all the young love Nip. So Nip had got bigger than the set, cuz. Nip had connected Nip. Nip had got bigger than the set, cuz.
From a place of success that telling people, man, I got real that be like, man, I almost shed a tear listening to this album, bro. Like doing life in jail.
And Nip ain't big. Ain't nobody bigger than the set, cuz. Remember, nobody's bigger than the program. Nip got bigger than the program, so Nip got clipped because Nip became bigger than the program. So,
like, man, you know what I'm saying? It's emotional listening to it because they know, it's like, that's my homeboy. I know him. You know what I mean? I know. Let
me keep telling y'all the story. I'm with them. I'm with Nip now, dog. How you think I went to the funeral? So when Nip died, now they were like, cuz we're planning on sending the Marathon shirts down here to me and everything. So they said, so you see in the video, cuz we coming to Texas, woo, woo, woo. When they got clipped from the clothing store, they thought they were be able to run the clothing store. So when they got clipped, Nip ain't bigger than the set, cuz. So when they told me that, what? I pulled back from I was sending them money.
But, it wasn't authorized. It wasn't authorized, and they put all money in on the shoe. They put Rich Rollin on the shoe. I don't even. That's some gang. You don't put Rich Rollin on no shoe. You got to pay thousands of people doing life in jail. That fall under that structure. So you got to be careful with that. I'm not even taking a check for nothing to say Rich Rollin. I would have told them. I'd have told the designers, no, bro, stay clear of that. You can't copyright. It's like putting Crip on the shoe or something. Who you gonna pay?
So you tell me what real TMC is. You let me know what real TMC is. Let me know when Nipsey passed, who was signing all money in? Think about that. You ponder that thought. Tell me. I know Killer Twine was for sure. And you name somebody else. that was signed to All Money In prior to Cuz death, other than Killer Twine? Ponder that thought. See, you don't ask the right questions. You're too busy picking at the wrong questions. You know, you ponder that thought. Like I said, who was signed to All Money In? I see y'all comments other than Killer Twine prior to Nip death. Ponder that thought. Who was signed after, that's none of my business. But prior to Nip, think about that. I miss him too. Every day. Every day I miss him. Hey, wait, who you? You feel me? Why you ain't pulling up then?
You condone what you did. You saying you live in there. Okay, so you a 6-0 killer then. Okay. All right, you ride with that. You ride with that.
You condoning what Cuz did? Okay, you ride with that. Little shit, you ride with that.
You condoning what Cuz did? Okay, you ride with that. Little shit, you ride with that.
You take what come with that. Oh, you got something bad to say about me? That be y'all condoning the bullshit. So that's an easy call. I know what side of the line you on. It's ones that's with the real shit. It's ones that's with the bullshit. So if I understand what side you on, that's an easy call. You with the bullshit. Feel me? I ain't with the bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pressing this prolific. Pressing that.
Checking in is it suggests friendly extortion. Friendly extortion. Checking in is it suggests friendly extortion. When you say checking in, a relationship is different because we all need relationships. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure when you travel, you from New York, so you got relationships all over the country. Charlotte, you got relationships all over. Angela, I'm sure you do too. And a relationship, I don't believe in fake relationships. So it's just a relationship. I don't believe in fake relationships. So it just establish genuine relationships everywhere you go. You'll be in a better position. And you do that off being respectful and being, you reciprocate. Somebody come to your city, bro, you need something. So I wouldn't say to check in. I don't know nothing about that, but just, so I wouldn't say to check in. I don't know nothing about that, but just, I got relationships in New York that it's respect. When I pull up, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? She linked up with Wacko, one of my, I respect, he a Paru.
All right, so I had to come on here to explain this one to y'all. Because in that Clubhouse live interview, whatever you want to call it, whatever that's called that you do on Clubhouse, Wack 100 let out a lot of information that went over everybody's heads on the internet. I've yet to see anybody really catch on to what he was trying to say. They're catching on to the back and forth that been going on. But that was not what he was talking about. Wack brought up BigU being a snake, and these are his words, not mine. Once again, I'm just giving this to y'all. But he brought up BigU being a snake once again, and bringing up what he did 18 months ago with Suge Knight, trying to beat him out of, the record deal or record label or whatever the documents was. That man brought that up because he was laying the foundation for what he was going to drop next, which was the bomb, letting it be known that Nipsey allegedly was backdoored by BigU because he was going to take over the community developing options. you know, the developmental option situation that Big U had going on. Not in those exact words, but that's pretty much what it was, man. Just, he was saying that each area only gets one person, one community activist pretty much per neighborhood. So they gave that nod to Nip, the government. They were going to give that funding to Nip. The police were going to give that funding to Nip. He laid down the blueprints by letting people know that Big U was making $500,000 a year off of dealing with the laws. You know what I'm saying? Since 2013, he been signed those documents. He also got a $400,000 bonus. So the man was supposed to make $1 million for this situation. Now, we don't know if that $400,000 incentive was supposed to be made every year if he met a quota or whatever. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But what we do know is that the man was making $500,000 plus. So that large lump sum of cash was going to go to Nipsey. This is what this man, Wack 100, is alleging. He also spoke about Nipsey no longer wanting to be extorted by Big U due to the fact that he claims Nipsey was involved in a case that ended up in one of their partners going to jail. So the 6-0s were extorting Nipsey for that. Made him pay $15,000 to $20,000 a year. He said that this was told to him by Big U and the rest of the people that was around, man. Nipsey also spoke on the man who pretty much went to jail. But we gonna get into that. I'm gonna show that clip after.
School, backpacks and shit like that. I never knew nothing about no mother 77th Street LAPD contracts, cell phones, and all kind of reporting this. What? This saying no way Wack didn't know nothing about this. Man, that was getting paid $550,000 a year, bro, and then got an increased raise of $440 on top of the $550. And it's only based upon you doing a great job. It's a 12-month contract. You've been having them since 2012, 2013.
Whoa.
Nothing about
that. 2013?
Yeah, I knew nothing about that. Nothing. What I supposed to do? Yo, Wack, we let you know this dude came down here, because I ain't never took Big U to my office. Never did none of that, ever. I said, what? He said, he walked in here, Suge Knight was on the phone. Suge said, we should give him your contracts.
This is crazy.
Big U, if you saying you didn't know what Suge was gonna say, at that point, you ain't gonna get me to believe you done went from LA to New York and didn't know the play. I don't believe that. And why didn't you say, hold on, Suge? What I'm here for, I'm here trying to get a deal myself with my artist, such and such. You sat there and let it play out. Tell them people said we are loyal and we're friends and we're business partners with Wack for a long time. They're a decade and a half. We got to actually leave our office. And they called and told me. I waited a week to see he was going to call and tell me, man. I went down to the office and I thought Suge was going to put together a meeting for me to do something. But this ended up saying this. He never said nothing. Till I called. What's up with this, homie? I didn't, you didn't, what you mean? Yeah, bro, you filed, homie. Go your way, I'm gonna go mine. Left it like that.
Once again, he said all that to set up the framework for what was finna come next. See, that man Wack 100, man, he was throwing something of interest out there to catch the people, man. That way he can add this Nipsey situation in there and drop the info that he knows about Big U and Nipsey. Y'all keep listening.
You better leave me alone, bro. This perpetrating the fraud, acting like they run away towards people. Salute. I signed for the video out and me up till he found that. With them laughing about a certain situation. Boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ryan, this is crazy.
What I do know is this, and there was a lot of chatter in the streets. They started saying Nipsey was finna start working with the local police department. But they didn't know what that meant. It's only one contract in one area, right before he got killed. Them contracts Big U had was gonna go to Nipsey.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
The snitch, it happened in my backyard, homie. In my backyard. Just want to talk about it. Big U, I never accused Nipsey of being a snitch. Only thing I said is the boy that was at the tape with him and his baby mama came to me and pressed play. 13 different things. It was a little different, it was a little weird, right? But that's what I said. But the snitch did not come from me. It came from Big U in my backyard. It was in my backyard, in my home, in my man cave, in my game room, with another one of my homeboys from my set, who just did 20 years. And you said out your mouth, yeah, Nipsey gotta pay the homie $1,500, $2,000 a month for telling or attempting to tell on him. What you mean?
They didn't know you had a warrant. Nah, I didn't have a warrant, but somebody that I was involved in something with was in jail for the crime, and I knew the police was looking for me. He didn't tell on me, but they didn't put the warrant out so that they wouldn't alert me, but I knew what was going on.
Right.
You know, so I just was like, I'm gonna sign my deal, get this check and fight my case, truthfully. You know, and you know, by the grace of God, I got out of that situation. I ended up doing a probation violation. I signed.
Something happened, and he told the police in front of, if anything happened to me, he the one did it. And dude in jail, and he threatening to let go or leak it out, but Nipsey be taking care of it. I knew nothing about this, homie. That came out of his mouth. This is why I sit back and I watched it, and I'll be like, yo, nigga, if you moving like that with that, nigga, I'm not nothing when it come down to it. So that happened in New York in the record label was a God saying an eye opener. What? Waking you up. Warning. Get away from me. I'm out.
Once again, man, my position on Big U is he's solid because that's all his homies have came out and said about him. Until somebody comes out and changes the narrative as far as one of his personal homies, then, you know, we'll start to look at it a little differently, man. But people that are close to him, that were formerly close to him, have said some things that kind of vibrate to the same tune. Now, Wack is saying this came out of Big U's mouth, and I think that changes the narrative. Here's another person besides Charleston White, who is a huge internet troll, saying they heard Big U say something about Nipsey Hussle, man. So as you can see, off the internet, according to these gentlemen, Big U has a disdain or a distaste for Nipsey Hussle, man. And they've been allegedly extorting him for quite some time, man. But if you just pay attention, you'll catch everything. Just gotta listen, pay attention. I feel like a lot of y'all are hearing, y'all are watching, but y'all are not listening nor paying attention. Nobody caught what Wack was saying because he was using Big U. He kept saying his name. He started off going back into the story that he already released. And I'm going to do a whole back and forth to this entire situation. But I wanted to shed some light over this and just let y'all know what he's saying with this, because you got to really pay attention and really listen to catch what he was doing. What he was saying was, I came out publicly and let it be known that Nip was a snitch because Big U, you told me this info. So I just kept it real. Y'all know how I am. I'm going to speak on how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, according to what he's saying. You know, Nipsey my guy, man. So I don't even like them words rolling off my tongue, man. But hey, man, this is what he's saying. So this is what I'm trying to clarify for y'all. He's also saying that Big U is in his character. That's what he's trying to point out, because he's saying Big U did the snake stuff to him. You know, he's trying to validate the reason why he was extorting Nipsey Hussle and Nipsey Hussle's family, man. You know, and it's just some unsettling things there for me, because, you know, the fact that Black Sam does not associate with anything 6-0 whatsoever, especially Big U. We all know that the fight was facts. That's a factual thing, man. And just everything that goes on with this situation, man, is just something crazy. And it just seems like new things are popping up on a daily basis. Nip has been gone for, 3-4 years now, man. And, you know, it's still new stuff popping up. But we all know whatever's done in the dark will come to the light. And thousands of people's spirit of discernment started to bother them, centered around this situation. is centered around Big U's actions. Me personally, man, I've been rubbed the wrong way with a few things, but you just never know when it comes to this internet, man. People like to cut and snip things. People will fabricate things. We can't take what these men say with 100% accuracy. We got to take it all with a grain of salt, but it is, like I said, something to think about. And I tell y'all, we always got to give a man an opportunity to speak until their words are proven to be false. And as of yet, no one has proved Wack 100's words to be false. This man constantly comes out with documents, paperwork. If it's something like this he can't back up, he gonna give you the source as to where it came from. Now with the alleged, S3X tape, he still hasn't given that source. But, now he's breaking where the news about Nipsey's snitching allegations are coming from. And it looks like, according to him, it's coming from his own big dog, man, which is a crazy thing, man. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.